I've got the live dashboard still. Are you live right now?
I just clicked start streaming.
Are we, do we have the questions from...
The listener questions?
Yeah, you got those in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Said you only had chat pulled up. So.
Oh, yeah.
Chat
yeah.
for Twitch.
Oh. That Footloose stuff is coming back later, Scott.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah. Boo-doo-doo.
Well, that's embarrassing.
That's right, Twitch
Alright,
chat.
I've
You get
got
to listen to me
one
vape
thing I've
today,
gotta
but it's
do.
not going to be on the recording.
It's jack off. No, I'm
Jack
just
off.
kidding. I just don't want to see you guys while I do it.
Hmm.
You know, jacking.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
Did I mute myself? Did I mute everything? Scott, check out this picture. That's my new stream layout. My new scene for streaming.
I like
It
the Godzilla.
incorporates-
That's my favorite part.
Why am I
All
the...
three of my
okay, that's
monitors.
why. That's pretty awesome.
And then you
Hey!
just stare over your monitors at the people watching.
Well, shit, dude. Thanks for that spoiler, rocker dude.
What did he say?
That Goku died in Avengers. Rest in peace,
And I'm just
Goku.
looking at the time, and I'm like, yeah, people are gonna be getting out of that movie like now, or like an hour ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I might just. Yeah, I don't need to see chat this week.
Everybody's
Oh, no.
all like...
Steve, I don't see anything on the channel.
Rocker's here. He can see us. What's wrong with
Yeah.
you?
Oh, you know why? Because I'm logged into my own channel.
Oh, you're on your
How did this
dashboard.
Well, that's
I-
good.
I
No wonder
cannot
nothing
say.
was showing up in the chat.
Good job.
I wonder if this is why when I was streaming the other night, I was like, there's really nobody here?
I didn't know you were live. Oh, and make sure that if you change the go live notification to something specific, that you change it back to something generic for when Nar streams. Because he can't change it. And I can't change it from mobile. He always messages me and he's like, yo, can you change the thing? And I can change the title in the game, but not the go live message from mobile.
Oh. Wasn't the go live notification check out my new stream scene?
Yeah.
That's generic.
Yeah, but Nar doesn't have new stream scene.
Yeah, but nobody knows that.
Do they?
It
Do
could,
they?
it's new. Look, it's a new stream scene if they haven't seen it yet, okay?
Right? You could be like, I upped the gamma a little bit on the face cam for this one. New stream scene.
Yeah.
No one will ever call him out on that.
What do you think of this new layout, Scott?
Let me
Damn,
switch
I
over.
really have to like go to that channel.
It looks like monitors. I like that.
Wait, did you steal my idea?
What? What idea?
I don't know.
I was planning this since before you showed me that picture, but it's not monitors like that.
No. No.
I love how Ben does this as soon as we go live every week.
Because I'm never ready. You're gonna. The only way to get me to start is to actually go live and be like, "All right, we're starting," and then I'll be like, "All right, give me 5 minutes."
I mean, it did give us poop spaghetti pre-roll for that last episode.
Oh God.
Oh, you didn't listen to the intro, Scott?
No, I haven't listened to like anything. I still have to listen to the last episode of Crucible Radio. I'm just behind.
Scott, I've stopped listening to our own show.
Yeah. I told
Now
Ben
that
to
I don't
listen
have
to the
time for
first
it.
2 minutes. I was like, just listen to
Yeah.
the first 2 minutes.
Truth be told, I don't listen to pretty much anybody's shows. I don't have time. If you guys put them on YouTube, I'll listen to them because I'm burning through everything that's on YouTube, which just so happens to only be the big podcast, which happens to be the ones that I want to listen to.
Well, that and you can access. Oh, you don't use Podbean for your podcasts, do you?
I tried and it wouldn't load.
Huh? Because I was using it yesterday.
All right, I'm gonna try again. Never mind, I'm back on the podcasts. Probably
back
not.
on the podcast.
I found out that when I can hear it, I just watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I put skate videos on and then just took my headphones out. And I was like not paying attention, and every now and again I would see somebody do a sick trick. Or somebody like fight a security guard or something. I don't know. It's tight.
Yeah. You recording, everybody?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's clap.
1, 2, 3. Fuck security guards.
I mean, if you really want to.
Steve was for a while.
Oh yeah, my ex-wife was a security guard. Yeah.
Yeah, so really, fuck
They can
security
be.
guards.
I mean, they can be pretty hot, or they could be. They're just people with a bad job.
With a badge and a badge.
Yeah. Funny story. My boy Jay in Vegas is also now a security guard, but he's a security guard at Mandalay Bay, as opposed to the shithole that my ex-wife was a security guard at.
Ooh, not gonna name it because professionalism.
She doesn't work there or live in Vegas anymore, anyway.
Yeah, but don't hate the player, hate the game.
Hey, speaking of Vegas, I hope they all have fucking NBC Sportsnet especially the coach of the Vegas Golden Knights. I hope that clown ass motherfucker has NBCSN in his shit ass hotel room,
CSNBC?
so he can watch. No, NBC Sports Network, so he can watch my Sharks in the second round play the Colorado Avalanche. Fucking losers.
Hockey, everybody.
Sorry, I had to throw that out there.
I think
okay.
Rocker is a Ducks fan, Scott. What do you have to say about that?
There's no way he's actually a Ducks fan. I think you're trolling me.
You know what I have to
Rocker,
say about
you're a
that?
Ducks
It's
fan, aren't
quack,
you?
quack, quack, quack.
Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
Quack.
Quack's here?
Where is Quack? He's
I'm
probably
looking.
sleeping. He has to get up pretty early in the morning.
Which one? What are you talking about? Quack or squawking?
Quack.
See? Yeah, Ducks fan. You can tell because he's hating on the Sharks.
All right. Hello, listeners. This is BarelyADS, the show where we shoot from the hip. I am your host, Det Ben Malone, and with me tonight, as always, the sturdy crew of two. I got Xanafan 711 and Slapshot Scott.
Yo.
How's it going?
Did you say yo or dope?
Yes.
Okay. This week, band of the week is Pool Kids, and they're brought to you by koala bears. Koala bears. They aren't considered bears because they don't meet the qualifications.
I like that. That's a good one.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want your band to be sponsored by something like koala bears, go ahead and shoot us an email to send it to barelyadestinyshow@gmail.com, or if you want anything on the show, send an email there, or get at us on Twitter at BarelyADS. Go to our website barelyads.com. From there, you can join our Discord, come in, stay a while, and listen.
Yeah.
That's
Also talk, though.
yes. Yeah, you can play video games with us on PlayStation or on PC, or you can just talk to people. I feel like not enough people are in the Discord that listen to this show.
This is true.
So this one, if you're in the Discord and you listen to the show, just, talk amongst yourselves for a moment. You, person who listens to the show and is not in the Discord, why aren't you in there? I
Yeah.
want you in this Discord.
We love you.
I'm being very. Look, I appreciate the fact that you listen to us, and it would just be fun to say hello and to hang out and play some video games.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody, stop talking. Shut up. Come back and go to our YouTube channel, search BarelyADS with no space in any of that, and then you follow that channel that you see that is posting podcasts that look like this. If
Yes.
you've never seen it, well, to come ruin the illusion. Come see what we look like, because every time I see what they look like, I'm like, dear God, I don't like this as much anymore.
Yeah. Nerds.
Yeah, fucking nerds, nerd bros. Yeah, and if you are one of them super fans, you can get our podcast, Is This What You Want, 1 month before it goes into the main feed by going to patreon.com/BarelyADS and hitting us up on there.
Yep.
That's it.
That's the
Tell a
things.
friend about this podcast. Give us
Please.
iTunes reviews. Only 5 stars.
Seriously though, word of mouth is like the best way to get people in here listening.
Yeah, and
being
if you
part
give
of
us
the
a
community.
5-star, sorry, Steve, and if you give us a 5-star iTunes review, we will review your review.
Yeah, we just haven't
It's
checked
true.
in a long time.
We'll review your review.
Yeah,
Wow.
we should probably do that at some point.
And I'll sing that song too. I'll definitely remember it and do it again.
Just yeah. Do it.
Just clip it. Steve, tell me about this week at Bungie. What happened this week at Bungie?
All right, this week at Bungie. Well, right now Iron Banner is going on. And then they just kind of outlined some of the changes that are coming in the Season of Opulence, which is what? That's in like 2 months, right? And the first thing, and I don't know if anyone's going to be like meh about this news. People are either going to be real stoked or real pissed. They are nerfing Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten. And they're basically turning them into a slightly faster Ace of Spades. So Magnificent Howl's too effective. So it is only going to work to increase body shot damage instead of precision shot. It's going to be a 2-head, 1 body shot kill, and they are dropping them from being 180 RPM hand cannons to 150 RPM hand cannons, and they're going to be the only 150 RPM hand cannons. I don't know if that means they're also changing. I'm gonna have to look back into that. So don't send me corrections. I'm not sure about that, but I recall reading that.
Well, at least now when you're playing Iron Banner and you run into a 6-stack of Blade Barrage Hunters with Lunas and Not Forgotten, you're not gonna.
Well, see, I'm losing 3 weeks of.
I was gonna say you're not gonna lose as bad.
I'm losing 3 weeks of full powered Lunas action because ain't no way I'm going in there right now with the Revelry going on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
You can't even use guns right now. Anyway, speaking of the Revelry, Verdant Light, they had to take out the orb generation that came extra in this event, and because of that, people have not been able to get some of the triumphs, which are required to get the gun and so on and so forth. So they are reducing the amount of orbs required to get that triumph down from 100 to 20, and you will receive those 20 orbs if you got them after the event's over and it's patched out, and then you'll just get the triumph. I don't know. It's kind of weird and convoluted. And finally, in the TWAB, there is a Shattered Throne ride along on Ben's birthday at 5:30 p.m. God's time.
You should probably say the date.
That's 4/29, Monday.
God damn it, Bungie! Why are you having these streams when I'm at work?
Yeah.
I actually have to do work there.
So, and if you are listening to this today, that means it's today. Unless you're here in the live chat, then that's Monday.
I was going to say happy birthday in the future, Ben.
Yeah, happy
Thank
birthday,
you,
Ben.
guys. Hey, thanks, guys. And hey, listeners, thank you. I know you're just saying it while you're sitting at your desk watching this on youtube.com/JLPDZZ3ELN. I'm just kidding.
Right.
All right.
That's it. That's the 12.
That's bum bum bum. 12 done. All right. Scott, you been playing anything?
Honestly, not much. Still on that Borderlands 2 replay with Gray Fox. We got to the mission right before you have to fight Handsome Jack for the Warrior last week. And it's pretty good. It's fun because like I'm playing with like the people who got me into it.
Yeah, playing with the boys. It's always a good time when you get in there with like the OG crew and play stuff. Like that's how I started with Destiny. It was just like guys I went to college with.
Dude, it's so funny because like as we're playing through like the second, I mean, I say second time, but really it's probably the fifth for me, and God knows how many times for Gray Fox. But it's funny because we're actually, as we're like playing, we're like now realizing a lot of the smaller points, I guess you could say, and you know, like the different pieces of the story and dialogue, and you're like, oh man, like I didn't know when Handsome Jack shows up in the scene, the one scene he said he like shows up and says, "What's up?" like Lilith, and then he like puts the collar on her and is like, "You're coming with me" or something. So it was really funny that we're starting to notice those kind of things now.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm still grinding my way through the Metro series. I think last week I was like 30 minutes into that game.
To the second game, yeah.
Yeah, to the second. And now I think I'm like 30 minutes from the end of that game.
Nice.
And I get paid tomorrow, so that means I can buy Exodus.
There you go.
Ooh, yeah.
Because we'll talk about it later,
payday.
but I doubt you're going to be getting Days Gone. We'll talk about that later.
I want to get that game regardless, and I'll tell you why.
Well, tell us later. We're still talking about what we're playing now.
All right.
Yeah.
Metro is okay. Let me say that the new stuff, the new guns are awesome. There's a gun that I thought was an AK-47. It is not. It is a shotgun that looks exactly like an AK-47 and acts like an AK-47.
That's dangerous as hell.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's got like a drum magazine that you stick under it. Just like,
oh fuck.
You get the extended mag. The regular one looks like an AK mag. But I have like an extended mag, it's like 21 shots in it, and I put a silencer on it. So I'm just like, they kind of build this game as a survival game.
Yeah.
Where like, man, you got to watch how much ammo you're using and all this stuff. So like, I use a lot of throwing knives, and I like go and knock people out, and I'm very stealthy, like a cat. I use night vision the entire time. And then I'm just like I can't pick up all the ammo that's on the ground because I always have max ammo for every ammo type. I just have like tons and tons of money, so every time I go to town, I'm just buying a new gun and completely kitting it out. And I'm just like, yeah, I think if you're gonna play this game and you're like actually good at video games, even a little bit, you should put on hard mode.
Oh yeah.
But the guns are sick. There's like, it's like a revolver crossbow.
What?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it shoots like these metal darts, and you can't hold a lot of them. I don't know, it's like 12 or 15, so like it was weird. I was like, why would I ever use this thing? Because you're like, tuk, 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 tuk. I'm like, I only have like 15 of these things. You can pick them back up.
Oh, nice.
So like, if you like hit somebody with them, you can just like go over and like take them back out. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
There was a game like that where you could actually use the crossbow, and you could like go over to the I think it was a zombie game. It may not be.
You can do that in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that's one that I remember, the most recent one. But there was like another one where you could shoot things with crossbows, and when it dies, you could go get your arrow back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, So I was like, that's cool. And that was actually in the first game. I just never used it. And I always wanted to, because like I got like 3/4 of the way through that game and then I was like, oh, I don't know where that gun is. I didn't get a chance to use it.
Rip.
I don't know. I've just been trying a lot of stuff. Scott, there's also a like minigun shotgun.
What?
Yeah, it's
That's bonkers, dude.
so the way that one works, you can't aim down sights because when you do, it just normally the fire rate's
all over.
Well, the fire rate's like, and then if you click aim down sights, it acts as secondary fire and it goes and it just like fires off like a ton of them at once.
Which is your money, so you're just wasting money, like your AK-47.
Well,
in
no,
the
this is shotgun stuff.
Oh.
So like shotgun, like there's ammo and there's money ammo, and money ammo is only assault rifles, and it does bonus damage.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
interesting.
So you can, and shotgun ammo, like every bozo you kill in the metro has a shotgun. So you're just, I got to the point where I would get to town with full shotgun ammo, sell all of it, not even use a shotgun, and just grab all that and however many shells I had. That was like an extra whatever, like $180 that I would get every time I got to town.
Nice.
So pro tip, don't use a shotgun and sell it instead, because the shotguns are cool, but there's a lot of really cool guns in this game.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I will say that is, with playing through Borderlands again, like I did it the first time when I found out you could sell weapons back. I was like, you know, anytime I got something that was not a white weapon, it was above like, you know, green or above rarity. The first thing I compare is, can I use it? The second thing I compare is, what's the dollar value of it? And, you know, some of them I would just sell back because they're worth more money than they are to me, like for me using
they're
them.
like worth more money than the trouble.
Yeah, so I've actually been going through that again, and I just realized, I told Gray Fox that, I don't know if he realized that or not before. He's like, why are you grabbing all these like shitty green guns off the ground? I'm like, dude, that's like $100. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, you can sell this stuff back to market.
Yeah, it adds up too.
Oh my god, yeah.
Always adds
I don't
up.
know. It's kind of a thing where, like, I guess my biggest gripe with it is that I'm just trying random guns now, and it's not making the game any harder. Like, I definitely should have just played it on hard.
Can you not change it now?
Game. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like every time I would change difficulty, I'm like, I want to start over if I do that.
I gotcha.
Plus, I want to get like the full playthrough on this.
Right.
I don't know.
And you know what just got started over this week too? It's the Division clan. We merged. And
we merged?
Yeah, we merged.
There's a merge?
We merged in a game that you don't play on a platform you also don't have.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So
I'll go back to sleep then.
The Division 2 clan combined forces with the likes of Ferg, November, and Reeb, and a lot more friendly faces. So we went from 9 members to 24 members.
Oh, shit. That's a squad right there.
We had too many people for a group the other night, and it was fantastic.
Nice. That's cool.
And then Ben's also getting real close to that level 30.
Oh, yeah, dog. I'm like 27 now.
Hell yeah. That's not the only shooter I played, though. I didn't play Destiny this week, but I did play a bunch of Overwatch, and it's been a ton of fun. I'm doing a lot better than I expected. I guess playing Destiny for a long time and having to actually aim like precisely has made me just better in general at shooters. But yeah, it's been a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Nar yelled at me for making him addicted to it again, and I'm excited for the weekend because that means more Overwatch with Mr. Nar and G. But the big thing is that this week is that I finished God of War.
Oh boy.
And what's your verdict?
My verdict is it was really good, and like this, it's kind of incredible to me because the story was amazing, but not a whole lot actually even happened.
Yep.
You know, but the ending of it, I'm not going to spoil it because there's a certain listener that hasn't beat it yet and needs to, but it sets up the next game very nicely.
Yeah, that was one of the first games I played in a long time where as soon as it was over, I was like, when's the next game coming out?
Yeah, not for a while.
But like I immediately was like, okay, and let's go. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
let's
ready.
go.
Don't leave me here.
Yeah. So, but the growth of Atreus and like ups and downs were really cool. I was pissed at him for a while, real pissed.
There's character development. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. So,
In a video game, storytelling?
What?
yeah, yeah.
That's a thing.
So,
But
Anyway.
anyway, something's coming out tomorrow. We'll skip to this section so we can talk about it because Ben brought it up earlier. Is that Days Gone launches tomorrow, and
I thought you were going with something else.
the review embargo was lifted today, as of this recording, and it is not scoring well at all.
Oh, really?
Not horrible, but like in this day and age, it's at a 72 on Metacritic right now, which is not good. I believe Anthem had a better first day.
Oh,
hey.
wow.
Listen,
That's-
a 72 is fine with me.
Yeah,
You know,
sevens are fine. That means it's a fine game. If you just reviews, but if you like it, if you think it's something you want to play, then play it.
dude, I love gunning down zombies. I like stats. I like the motorcycle. I like that they react to sound, so you can like set traps with other people. It just, even if it like glitches out like a damn Bethesda game, I'd still be like, oh, whatever. Like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I watched some gameplay of Days Gone today, and I was like, man, this game looks fun, and man, that motorcycle looks slow.
Yeah, that's part of a couple quick gripes that I've been hearing on a couple different podcasts is that the gameplay loop is not that fun. It doesn't keep you as interested. And the motorcycle, it takes forever to get places. It feels, the word that I heard used a lot was bloated. Meaning there's like filler in the story that you have to get through to get to the next story beat. And then some of the like encampments, or most of the encampments actually, chug, you drop frames and things like that. So it's got some optimization issues as well. But it is.
And I have a base PS4.
Yeah. So I'm seeing scores from the big companies. Like the highest score was from Game Informer at a 78, and the lowest was 50 from GameSpot. So it's like some people like it, and like if you like it, cool. The idea is really great. I'm not gonna not play it necessarily, but I'm in wait and see mode. I want to hear more about what people think about this game before I spend $60 on it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where like you see some games before they come out, and you're like, I'm in.
Yeah.
And then other games, you're like, I don't know, maybe. So it sounds like for me, this is a game that I was completely in.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this looks really fun. And then you were like, I don't know, whatever. If it's good, I'll play it.
Yeah.
Which, fine either way. But I'm still going to pick this up because I'm excited to play this game.
Yeah. Well, cool. Now we'll have someone to report back and let us know if, you think we'll like it.
Yeah.
Dope.
It comes out tomorrow?
Yeah, it comes out tomorrow. Which is fine by me, too, because I still got to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh, if you're here live for the next 40 minutes, you can download Assassin's Creed Unity for free on PC. On Origin? No.
Uplay.
Ubisoft. Uplay.
Yeah. Uplay or Epic. And then I believe
because the Notre Dame burned down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In addition to that, Beard was telling us last night while he was patching Division that the gold edition of Assassin's Creed Odyssey is on sale for $33. Oh, 26.
I saw it as cheap as I saw that game as cheap as like $24 or something like that.
Yeah, so that's on sale right now too. So.
Man, I might pick that up like literally right now because I think that sale ends today.
Okay. Another game came out this week, and that was Mortal Kombat 11. It came out on the 23rd. That is reviewing very well critically, It's at an 83 Metacritic right now. But
I hear that story's really good.
Yeah, the story's really good. The gameplay loop's really good. The combat's really good. That's what I'm feeling. The player base is upset about the progression, and the loot box situation isn't like, people aren't complaining because it's bad. They're complaining because it doesn't make sense. So the user score is at a 2.7 out of 10, but it's got an 83 Metacritic from the critics. So there's some disparity there.
It's weird.
It is really weird. The only thing I can say is that they can patch the progression in the loot box system. The core of the game, which is what's scoring low, the core of the game, like just actually playing it, is fun, and that's scoring high. So if you like fighting games, this is probably one to pick up. I might pick it up because I just finished Injustice 2, and that was really good. Story mode was really good, so maybe I'll pick this up.
That sale is over.
Oh no. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully those of you out there that were interested in Assassin's Creed Odyssey picked it up.
Damn it. I was, and I didn't pull the trigger because we hadn't gotten paid. And then we got paid, and now back up to 60.
Where we got paid today?
No, my wife got paid.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, we got, in lieu of the Apex Legends community tournament that's happening tomorrow, sponsored by Elmer Fudd Games, we got some news about Apex, I think today. And this is from Geeta Jackson at Kotaku. They released like a statement or a press release, as well as some upcoming patch notes for the next season. Oh, it was a roadmap. Everyone's all about the roadmap right now. And basically, players are a little upset because they're only going to be releasing like new content and big changes when the new seasons come out.
Why are people upset about that? That makes sense.
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second.
Okay.
So the roadmap is saying that they want to please players, but also avoid employee crunch and burnout. And so, yeah, rather than frequent patches, there will be, quote, large and meaningful patches. But of course, they will be addressing exploits, bug fixes, and the necessary balance changes as they go. And I think what they were doing here is they were coming out strong with this because they knew the community wasn't going to be happy about less content, you know. And the reason they're not happy about less content is because Fortnite puts out so much content. Well,
oh boy,
I'm
looking at the show notes and I see where this is going, and I'm just prepping myself. Like I'll behave. I will handle myself responsibly, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, off the air, man. You guys catch the unfiltered version of it all the time. You know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. So I think Respawn was getting out ahead, like getting out on this now because the timing was good to be like, hey, we want to take care of our developers. We don't want them overworked. And the reason they did that today is because either yesterday or the day before, an article from Colin Campbell at Polygon came out talking about the state of the team, the Fortnite team at Epic. And so basically, in order to keep up with the massive success and the expectations of the quick patches that Fortnite has been known for, current and former employees have said that they regularly worked in excess of 70 to 100-hour work weeks for months. They said there was a culture of fear in which employees were expected to pull long hours, even though Epic officially states overtime is voluntary, and Epic even has an unlimited time off policy. Like, if you need time off, you just take time off. But employees stated that with the immense amount of work to be done, they didn't want to take time off because that work would fall on their fellow employees and causing them to have to work even more. Hey, but IGN wants to let us know that there is Avengers Endgame skins coming to Fortnite that people had to work 70 to 100-hour work weeks to put out.
This makes me hate this game and this community, and for everybody who's listening.
Let's be fair here. They are just like BioWare, just like Rockstar,
right?
Just like almost every other studio has to go through crunch. This is not an
Yes.
epic thing. They're just
Well,
the
no.
current ones in the news. This is a gaming industry thing.
Right, exactly. And that's my beef with it. That's always been my beef with it. And that's like when, Jason Schreier wrote his piece about unionization within the video game industry. That's where I started saying, this is probably a good idea. And, for everybody who's like, well, the market demands it. If you're demanding someone works 70 to 100-hour weeks, taking that time away from their family, for months on end, not just like a couple months. Like, it sounds like this is a thing, and it's commonplace within this industry. You need to reevaluate yourself as a person, and you need to reevaluate your own like priorities.
Yeah. Here's the thing about that too, though. It's like one of the common threads in all these articles and all this coming out about crunch and having to work so much is that most of these that are developers that I've heard of are not required to put in this work, but the employees do it anyway because there's like, it's more of like, it's not policy. They don't have to do it.
It's expected.
It's like an atmosphere, and like, so
yes,
that goes deeper than just changing a policy.
That's an industry thing. That needs to change. You're 100% right about that, and like I agree.
Because the employees care about the product that they're working on, so they do want to put it out, but they're like, how do you fix this? Like, this is a lot more complicated than a lot of people think, and
it goes back to the issue. And I mean, again, of course, like, here I am talking about, like, when I worked for FedEx when I was in college, one of their company policies was that you could not do consecutive, like, triples, basically. So you couldn't come in at 5 p.m., work the 5 to 9 shift, then work the 11 to 3 shift, then work the 3 to 7 shift, and go home if you were a package load. They said 2 only, doubles, that's it, and they would cut you out after a certain amount of shifts. And the reason for that is because, not just because of the overtime and they'd have to pay people, but they knew people would come in, they would burn themselves out, they would, work like 3 or 4 shifts in a row for the money, because they wanted the money, they needed the money, whatever the case might be, right? Which is a little different than, like, the art aspect, right, of games and stuff like that. Very different. But it's still there to protect people from going overboard, burning themselves out, stuff like that. And in a job like that, it's a physical burnout, right? And it's a mental burnout too. But the physical aspect is more of it because you get tired, you get hurt, that causes downtime. In a job like development, programming, IT, where you're like, this product, something is your baby. It's not just the physical burnout of sitting at the desk for long hours, staring into the computer and having your eyes fucking burn. It's also a mental thing, because after a while you just get to the point where you're like, it's like a paranoia thing, and you get to the point where you're just like,
it's like peer pressure.
You can't handle it anymore. Yes, exactly.
Game developer
that
style.
Is exactly. Exactly. So, it's one of those things where the industry has to change, but I think that, especially after that piece on Rockstar where they were talking about how, like, they had reports from employees who were like, yeah, I'd go in on a Saturday, I wouldn't really do anything, but I'd make sure everybody saw me, so they knew I was there, so I wouldn't have to worry about, like, getting in trouble or something. So,
being judged. What do you think about all this, Ben?
I don't know. There's also the added layer of, like, if you're not willing to work those hours, somebody is.
Yes.
Somebody else is.
Because so many people want to get into those jobs.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. That's really the only thing that I would add to what you guys were saying.
Yeah. It's interesting. Hopefully something can be done, because, like, people are literally, like, getting hospitalized from working too much, and they develop video games. Like, their job is to make joy for people, and
yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like a pastime. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be like, something that's you're not supplying like food, water, or electricity to modern society, right? It's a video game. The fact that people lose their shit over that, it's just there's something very, very wrong with that at its core, and it, you know, I don't know, dude. It's one of those things where like it's industry wide, but in this case, like it's Fortnite, and I'm, God damn it, like what is wrong with
well, and it's
people,
sad when like
know?
one company's like we've only heard of one AAA company that is trying to avoid that so far. And that's in Respawn, and they're getting crap because they're not the gamers aren't happy with the amount of content that they're gonna get. It's like no one can win. No one can win.
I know a while back when we talked to Jay Howard, or no, I'm sorry, not Jay Howard. Mark Square. Mark Square says he had contacts at Bungie and talking a bit about it. I think it was off the air, and he said, "Yeah, Bungie's got policies against that. Like they don't push for crunch." So I mean, there's like some studios where they haven't like come out and said, "Hey, we're an anti-crunch type studio," but
Bungie started making changes before all this news about crunch started, but years before. So props to them.
And I think one of the other like really actually this might even be the more important thing about just talking with crunch, like the health effects of it, is the like it's the mental aspect of it. That can cause anxiety. It can cause depression. Like there's all sorts of really fucked up like heavy mental shit, and just like it can really affect people's mental health too, which is something a lot of times it's not really thought of as much as like, oh, you can still walk, your legs aren't broken, that kind of
right.
Like, no, that's bigger,
Right.
So it's definitely something that I think needs to change.
I wonder if this next story is that if this is part of it. Okay, so we know that there was massive crunch for Anthem at BioWare, and we also know that they have started working on putting policies into effect to prevent that from happening in the future. And then we find out from Hayden Taylor at GamesIndustry.biz that BioWare is delaying multiple Anthem features, including the Cataclysm that was set to release in May. So I wonder if that has anything to do with it as well. If they're like actively trying to avoid crunch and therefore they can't get as much done as fast. Which is just not good timing considering that the player base of Anthem last week, I believe, took a steep dive. Like a lot of people are getting out. So there's just not anything really to do anymore. But there is a new Stronghold coming out. Either it's out now or very soon with the next patch. But there's 9 in the works total, something like that.
No shit. So
we'll see.
Yeah.
That game's gonna be a little more long game.
Oh
it's gonna be going for.
I don't see it.
It's gonna be going for a while.
Getting to the point it needs to be for at least a year or two.
Well, it's kind of similar with the way Destiny. It's ironic because everybody keeps comparing them, right?
Right.
Oh, they're both games as a service.
Yeah, with shooting and aliens and loot.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what else has shooting and aliens and loots? I bet your sponsor
Vodka.
does.
Yes. So we're going to do listener questions next, but they are brought to you by Cosmodrome Vodka. This week at Cosmodrome Vodka, we're integrating some old materials from our Tarsus distillery into our Cosmodrome product. Now that we've learned from the Admiral that you can breathe in the air in the Cosmodrome, we've been able to send out more collection teams to begin to bring back new samples to put through our distillation process. The teams were lucky enough to come across some untouched spin metal bundles along with a small cave filled with dead bodies. Sorry for our sudden excitement over the dead bodies. We have a lot of taxidermy hobbyists in the company. With spin metal and corpses acquired, we simply needed an exotic product to throw in. We received a random package via Bifrost Bridge from our Tarsus distillery sent by our excommunicated smelly hunters. Sorry, you guys are still excommunicated, but thanks for the materials. Our exotic addition to our newest product is Sunken Fury Blood, drawn by our hunter phlebotomists from a comatose fury in the new Stronghold. It has mixed amazingly well with spin metal and corpses to make Spin Fury Decay Vodka. We tried as hard as we could to preserve the corpses, but they've sadly been decaying for eons, so we added them anyways. The final product has a distinctly irony metallic taste to it with just a slight kick of jalapeno at the end. No idea where that originates from. We'll be charging $15.99 a bottle to start things out, and we hope to ship several pallets by month's end. We would also like to take this time to express our hopes that we'll be invited as a vendor to the beer fest that the Guardians plan on going to later this year. We know it's a beer fest, but honestly, some product could easily be considered hoppy and malty depending on how drunk you get. With that in mind, remember, Guardians, in Cosmodrome Endgame, Thanos avenges you.
Spoiler, bro.
All right.
All right. This first question comes from the Beard MB. Campbell's tomato soup. Make it with water or milk. He says you got to go milk. I don't like tomato soup. Pass.
Yeah, pass. I don't make tomato soup.
I rarely have it. And I can't remember. I don't know if I've ever made it myself. So, Panera.
Panera.
All right. Phoenix wants to know, who are your top 5 favorite voice actors, actresses? I don't know if I can name 5 voice actors.
Apparently, Troy Baker is super cool. So there's one.
John H. Benjamin.
Ooh, yeah,
There you
H.
go.
John Benjamin. That's a good one.
Yeah, H. John. Sorry, John Benjamin.
Hey, did
I
you
you're
know that
listening.
Nolan North and Troy Baker do a podcast together?
I
What?
did.
Yeah.
Let's just throw those two on there
Yeah.
because
That's awesome.
they do voices.
Mm-hmm.
Shax.
Yeah.
Lenny James.
Lenny-
Yeah.
Yeah. There
Lenny
we go.
James.
There's 4. The Rock. Moana is amazing.
I want to. He actually has done some really good voice work, which is kind of funny.
Mhm.
I was gonna say the dude who does the voice for Handsome Jack. Don't know his name off the top of my head, but that guy like made the Borderlands 2 because Handsome Jack.
He's considered to be a really good villain.
All right, I'm sliding one in at number 2.
One of my favorite villains of all time, actually.
My sliding in at number 2 is Mark Hamill.
Oh.
Shit, how is he not number 1? He voices
I
everything.
really like John Benjamin.
Okay, so we're good.
That's
Ben's
true.
list
That's
is
true.
H. John Benjamin. I'm typing this up right now. And he's saying number 2 is who is it again?
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. Definitely.
We also have to throw Kevin Conroy on there.
I don't know who that is.
He's
fuck
the
yeah,
Batman to Hamill's Joker.
Yeah, he's voiced Batman for years, and he also does a bunch of other stuff that I never knew about. Because I was looking at Batman the animated series as we talked about it on one show, and I was like, wow, Kevin Conroy voiced like a bunch of cartoon heroes. I'm pretty sure it was all heroes back in like the 90s, maybe.
Yeah. All right, so here's the Bad's top 5 voice actors and actresses. Number 1, H. John Benjamin. Number 2, Mark Hamill. Number 3, Kevin Conroy. Number 4, Troy Baker. And number 5, the guy who voices Handsome Jack. There you have it.
I like it.
All right.
All right. This question is one that I had. All right. Remember we were talking about Footloose, that town in Footloose?
Yeah.
So my question is, if you were making a Footloose reboot, what would be outlawed instead of dancing? Like, what's a ridiculous thing for the town to outlaw that's not dancing?
Fortnite.
Oh my god. That would be good. I was going to say mumble rapping.
Oh, that's also really good. Fuck. That's a tough call to make between those two.
What do you think,
Man, see, it's got to be something like dancing is so like, what a weird thing to pick.
craft beer. It's just Prohibition Part 2.
Everybody's got to drink Bud Light.
No. Bicycles. That's mine. You're not allowed to ride a bicycle.
No one rides bicycles.
People ride bicycles.
Sorry,
there's-
Squid. Squid rides a bicycle.
Well,
would
you know
piss
who
off
doesn't ride a
just-
bicycle? Nobody rides bicycles in this fucking Footloose town in my movie.
Mm.
I was going to say, there's a lot of people who ride bicycles up there. But there's also a lot of mountain bike trails. So.
Yeah.
You could have like a kid riding their bike, and then I don't know, a cop just fucking like tackles them off the bike.
Oh, I got a good one.
Great.
Pokemon Go. What are you doing on your phone over there? I'm just texting. I swear.
The cops have their own version of Pokemon
Or you
Go
just
that
say,
they
like,
have to see. And they're like, he's trying to catch that Squirtle. This is a
AR.
Pokemon preserve. Get the fuck out of here.
Just say AR mobile games because there's like a Ghostbusters
God.
one and there's like a Harry Potter one coming out too.
Really? That's cool. I didn't know there was a
They're all the
Ghostbusters.
same game pretty much.
I mean,
No. Never mind. That would be a racist movie. I was gonna say.
oh no.
No, I was like, okay, what if instead of dancing, it was like stepping? You know what I mean? Then I was like, oh, but then that's just racist.
But that's racist. That's very.
Whoops.
Oh, God.
I was just trying to think of any like specific type of dance. There's no, I don't know.
Fortnite dancing.
Yeah, no flossing allowed.
YouTubing.
That's my movie. Is you're not allowed to floss anymore. And if you floss, it's like dancing in Footloose. And then at the end, everyone's flossing and ninjas in the front.
Is this?
No, if
Is
Ninja's
this
in the
at
front,
the-
no one's flossing.
Is this
Hey.
at the? Yeah, I guess. Is this like if we ran the town or if we remade the movie?
No, if you're remaking the movie, like pick some
Okay.
like ridiculous thing, like because dancing is so stupid.
hmm
Oh right.
It's like why dancing? That's a ridiculous
Yeah.
thing.
Mine would be like
That's what I'm
2015.
You're not allowed to 2015.
No, Pokemon Go.
Oh,
Oh God, that's funny.
It's like underground Pokemon Go meetups.
Rule number 1: you don't talk about Pokemon Go.
fucking Swayze's out there being like, I got a Charmander.
Speaking of, I did go to a massive Pokemon Go event in Vegas. There were like thousands of people at Sunset Park. It was crazy. I heard at one point someone yelled, "There's an Alakazam over here!" And like hundreds of people just went sprinting. It was insane.
That's ridiculous, and I love it.
Yeah.
I also love that your dad asked, "You're offered Spider-Man's powers, but the spider has to bite you in the eye. Do you take the deal?"
Yes.
No.
I'm gonna put the stipulation that you can only see out of one eye for the rest of your life.
Still yes.
You gotta be eye patch.
Eye patch Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I just look
you're-
more badass, and
You're
I'm
Nick
Spider-Man.
Fury Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that he got his fake eye over a cat.
Oh, we're spoiling that now.
All right. Anyway,
Good job, Ben. Rude.
it's such a weird part to spoil.
Rude.
Don't worry, I'll have to go back and edit that out. I'll just bleep it.
Just put it. I was gonna say just bleep it. Beep.
It's at 52 minutes.
All right.
Somebody's gonna be like, "How did Nick Fury lose his eye? I need to know."
Yeah, just bleep how he lost his
Yeah,
eye.
exactly.
I still can't believe he lost that eye. Oh, that's funny.
Follow up to that,
That's
though.
really-
Phoenix wants to know. Oh, Scott, would you get
Wait,
bit in the eye
what
by
do
a
you-
spider?
Nah.
Really? Neither of
I'm
you want to be able to see.
I didn't say
Wait.
anything. I just read the question.
I'm good, man. I don't really
Totally
feel
taking
to have
Spider-Man powers.
Spider-Man's powers.
I would do it. There's got to be a way to turn that into money.
Yeah, there's lots of ways to turn that into money.
It's
could
like
be
there's gotta be a way to turn
I
it.
could be a pro wrestler like in the first original best Spider-Man movie.
I would go with basketball.
Oh god, that's
Be the
funny.
new Muggsy Bogues.
Yep, for sure.
Just shooting webs out.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
Definitely would take Spider-Man's powers. And if you're like, oh, but then you wouldn't have your depth perception because you only have one eye, you just use your Spidey sense instead.
yeah, who cares, man?
Yeah, but Spidey
Who
sense,
cares?
it's not like sonar that it could help you with depth perception.
It's
Be like-
clairvoyance. It's better than sonar.
All right.
Hmm.
Follow up. Phoenix says you're offered AKA Gear Dad's powers, but his dog has to bite you on your balls. Do you
That's
take
also
the
a
deal?
no. I don't even think about that. That's also a no. Sorry, Jay.
What are the powers?
I don't want to get bit in the balls.
Mm.
Do I like get his knowledge of?
I think Ben
Hospital?
already has Gear Dad's powers. Well, no, it wasn't Gear Dad's dog that bit him in the balls. But Ben has been bitten in the balls by a dog.
It wasn't in the balls. It was in the eye.
I thought you also got bit in the balls.
Oh my
Not
No.
that I remember.
Who got bit in the balls by a dog? Was it Pete?
Who got bit? This is a question that plagued us for generations. Who got bit in the balls by a dog? Not Phoenix. Maybe Phoenix did.
It was probably Phoenix.
Does Phoenix have Gear Dad's powers? Well, it would have to be Gear Dad's dog. Does
Maybe.
Gear Dad have a
That's
dog.
true. It's whoever's dog bites you in the balls, you attain their powers.
The dog's powers or the owner?
The owner of the dog's powers.
All right, so I need to find Hulk Hogan's dog, and then I want to have the power to have silken hair. And
Get caught saying racist things on a sex tape that'll destroy your legacy.
oh, what a legacy it was to destroy, though.
Oh my god.
The Beard asks, your favorite food now contains all the nutritional value you need for your daily intake. What do
Oh
you eat?
yeah, nothing but fucking pizza, baby, because pizza is life.
Fucking fried rice, dude. Fried rice. I don't know, all the Chinese food.
See, I was thinking about this, and I'm gonna have to go with my favorite food that I can eat with my hands easily, so that way, when you're in a pinch and you don't have time to like sit down and have to use like silverware and shit like that, it's still doing well. And pizza is up there on the list, but like I can't think of there. You know what I like more than pizza?
Donuts.
Soft pretzels.
Just nothing. This man would eat nothing but soft pretzels for the rest of his life.
Damn straight.
That's
No.
dedication right there, guys.
I went with
pretzels.
all Chinese food. If
Dude.
look, if I need to use my hands if I'm driving, I'll just eat an egg roll. You know what I mean? Boom.
Pizza non-stop. That's what it would just be like. It'd be delicious.
And would you put pineapple on that pizza?
Fuck no. That is an abomination.
I would. I would do it if it was like a Hawaiian one, maybe with the barbecue.
Well, if you're able to change the kind of pizza, probably, and there would be different stipulations for that, right? Like, what if you make a breakfast pizza?
Did we really?
Oh yeah,
just...
no, I'm not saying if you have to pick one. I'm just saying if you any time are you like, I put pineapple on a pizza. I put pineapple on a couple different kinds.
Did this seriously just happen? Am I gonna have to bleep all this out too?
I think that's why Ben did it.
What do you mean?
mean,
what are you talking about?
I went with it.
Yeah. I'm not
Sorry,
bleeping it.
Steve.
We just answered pineapple on pizza in episode 117.
Yeah, it finally happened.
It finally happened. I'm gonna just agree with Ben and say it depends on the pizza.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Laz, what food would you turn into a Pop-Tart? Pineapple pizza.
Oh, you know what I would do? I would make a Pop-Tart out of like a Denny's Grand Slam.
Then he's gonna...
That
Don't
would
they
be
make that
it.
already?
I'm talking about
Oh no,
like
that's
you
a
get the pancakes and syrup on the outside, and then you get like bacon and eggs on the inside.
well. Then is it still a Pop Tart if the outside is made of pancakes?
I mean, you have to make
Is
it
a
out of
Pop Tart
something,
a
right?
sandwich?
Do they make Oreo Pop Tarts?
They do. I
Oh,
saw them in the
so-
supermarket the
See,
other
that's
day.
the
I'm like,
thing is a lot of them that you would pick are already Pop Tarts. By the way,
What
shout
about
out
a
to
churro
Ian.
Pop Tart?
Shout out to Ian the Badger with the he was asked on AMP this week, what's your favorite Pop Tart? And he chose the exact right answer of brown sugar cinnamon. So, shout out to Ian for that one. I agree.
Funnel cake.
Ooh,
I don't know how that would taste. Be good.
Mm.
Or
yeah.
a pretzel.
hot pretzel. There we go. Soft pretzel Pop Tart.
And now we see Steve's loophole to the
Yes.
last question.
Yes, soft pretzel Pop
He eats
Tart.
nothing but soft pretzel Pop Tarts.
No, he's just gonna make everything soft pretzel.
I don't know, I was trying to think
That's how I
of
feel
a salty
today.
one.
A salty one.
There's like salted caramel.
Could do that
something
like
Pop-Tarts.
sweet and salty Chex Mix stuff. That stuff's delicious.
Yeah, it is. That's true story. That's one of the things I would always get on the way home, play a show out of town. We're stopping at a rest stop. Usually it was in Boston. Mass Pike has awesome fucking like rest stops with stores and stuff. We'd stop there, and that's what I would get. Get that, and usually like some sort of ice cream if my voice was shot.
Well, my voice is shot after this long show. Just kidding. It's only an hour. Hey, but seriously, band of the week this week, Pool Kids. You like that? It was good. It was a good.
It's punny.
Yeah, they're not cool kids. They're pool kids. You can find them at poolkids.bandcamp.com. I believe, right? Am I saying this correctly?
Pool Kids music.
Oh man, no, it's poolkidsband.bandcamp.com. Sorry, pool kids. Sorry, koala bears. You can find me everywhere at Ben Malone. You can find this show at BarelyADS on Twitter, BarelyADestiny at gmail.com, BarelyADS.com, or patreon.com/BarelyADS, twitch.tv/BarelyADS. Got a lot of it. So come find us. Come say hello. Steve, where can people find you if they wanted to find you anywhere outside of the Discord?
Well, everywhere I'm Xanafan711, including the Discord.
Cool.
Yeah, easy.
Scott, you in your garage? You throwing wrenches?
Haven't been lately. Lately I've been the dad at the playground with the heavy metal and punk t-shirts and cut off camo pants.
Hey, it's getting warm though.
Hey.
Yeah,
Get the
dude.
Jeep out.
It's getting nice. I need to.
I mean, if he goes out, he has to take the Jeep because that's his car, right?
I took the Jeep today. My son, I posted a picture in Discord and the parent channel, so go in there and talk kids and stuff. My son, as we were at the park today, he wanted a snack. Put him in the back of the Jeep, like the cargo area, because four-door Jeep, for those who don't know. Sat down, and his mind was blown. He knew it existed. He knew he put things back there, but he'd never considered the possibility to sit and eat snacks and like use it like a bench. So he was loving everything about that. He's like, I got peanut butter crackers. I'm sitting in the back of my dad's Jeep because he always asks for Jeep rides. It's like a weekly thing with him. And I mean daily technically, but you know, I'm off all day with him once a week. So, and then we're sitting there watching the cars go by on the road, and he's screaming at dump trucks. He loves dump trucks.
There you go.
Yeah. Get in the Discord. At Slapshot Scott, the O's are zeros. I'm on Twitter talking a whole bunch of shit about hockey and how terrible the Vegas Golden Knights are. They lost. Haha. Yeah, get in the Discord.
Dope. Do it.
We'll talk cool stuff.
Get it done. All right. That's it. We're out. Let's go get some cheeseburgers.
Hungry.
Bye. Let's clap again.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Dope.
Steve, I'm glad that you've let me just go with the cheeseburgers thing.
Why not?
What if turned cheeseburgers popped up?
It's the wrong computer. Okay. Chat, hang tight. We're going to raid somebody. Why is that not working?
Scott, you like my sick bike?
Where is it? Oh yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Got the pegs on it.
Nice. I still have one of those somewhere that was the identical bike to the bike that I had. So I had a mini bike of my BMX bike, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's tight. Was it the same color and everything?
Oh yeah, it was identical. It's like somebody fucking shrink rated.
We're raiding Grays. Go send all the love to Grays. And thanks for hanging out tonight, everybody. We love you. Bye.